Hey guys, Fran here, back with another quick video. So I decided to do this video today because I taught a class about attracting unlimited abundance, and I teach this class all the time. I teach it all over the world and never fails. Every time I teach this class, someone comes up to me after the class and says, I have never been taught about abundance. I've never been taught that it was okay to have abundance or how to attract and manifest abundance, etc., etc. And I really don't find it surprising anymore, but I do still find it surprising that people feel that they are possibly going to church or they're around, mentors or things, or they're learning, but they're not learning about attracting abundance and that attracting money is okay. Now, let me say this first of all before I start this video. I'm probably going to have to do it in two parts because it's going to be long, because I just really want to chit chat with you guys about some things, some real things that I think will help you if you are experiencing a block in attracting money specifically. So I grew up personally, and if you've been on this YouTube channel for any time now, you know that I grew up in a very frugal household, in a very religious household. I grew up Catholic and Southern Baptist, and then later switched over to being a spiritualist, but still had the mindset and the conditioning from the religious specters and the religious practices that I had practiced all my life. So it was very difficult for me to wrap my head around a God who wanted me to be abundant and who wanted me to live abundantly, and not only live abundantly but help other people live abundantly. And it was difficult for me, and I struggled with it for many years. But I began to seek God for myself, and I began to pray and meditate and read my Bible and write, and every chance I got, I was asking God a question. Every chance I got, I was shooting the questions up and waiting for the answers. And sometimes the answers would come in come from the Spirit. I would hear them, but a lot of times it would be me going to a scripture or going to a book, or, my mother would say something or my mentor would say something, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that's it. So I did a lot of asking. Because I had a very broke mindset. Now, if you ask people in my family, they will always say, no, you had kind of a higher mindset. You had like this rich, wealthy mindset. Well, my parents owned businesses all my life, and so we were financially fit, but my father was very frugal. My father was a saver. Save it, don't spend it, put it away, put it in a sock, put it in a jar, put it under your bed, put it in a CD, don't spend the money. And my mother was the shopper, and she saved, but she also shopped. So I saw that, and I did still grow up with the mentality of hoard. And being a single mom, you feel like sometimes I gotta just save this money because I gotta keep it. And so by the time my daughter was born, I was really very frugal-minded, very frugal-minded. And I was working and I was making great money, but I was always broke, okay? I was always broke. And I was saying, I am always broke. Every time I get a dime, somebody takes a nickel. Every time something comes up. I was speaking that lack mentality into my life because I was conditioned to not have it, to not, to never think there was enough. Like, to watching my dad save gave me that feeling that there was never enough. Even though we had enough, we always had more than enough. Watching him just hoard it made me feel like, oh God, you gotta have enough. Oh Lord, what, I gotta have enough. What's the problem? So as I began to watch other people who were making less money than me, who were living public lives, strive and have these, extravagant lives. I was like, well, what is going on? I was taught in the church that you tithe and you have just a little, because it's better to have a little than a lot, because if you have a lot, it makes you a bad person. And if you have a little, it makes you a better person. Now, I know a lot of you have heard that before. I used to hear that all the time. And I thought that for years, that, okay, I should just have a little. I shouldn't have a lot, because what do I need all that for? Until I really started to study about prosperity and abundance. And when I really started to tap into and understand who God was, I understood that I was limitless. Like, there was no need for me to struggle to pay my light bill. There was no need for me to struggle to buy groceries. There was no need for me to struggle to pay my rent. I shouldn't have had to make a choice to go to a movie or pay my car payment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I began to understand who God was, and that God was unlimited. Now, even though I understood that God was unlimited and who God was, I had to come back to that place of, how do I get that though? How do I tap into that? How does that happen for me? I get that you're unlimited, and I get that I can have the desires of my heart. Have been reading that in your word forever, have been hearing it, and I know that I can have the desires of my heart, but how do I unlock that? How does that happen? Where does that happen, and how does it happen? And as I begin to seek and ask, I remember hearing over and over and over again, it is according to your faith. It is according to your faith. What do you believe? Now, a lot of us have studied The Secret, the Law of Attraction, which is the law of the universe, Think and Grow Rich. We've studied all this stuff, but I get emails and it's still not happening. The key component to manifesting increase in your life is having the faith that it will come. But not only having the faith that it will come, you have to do the work around the instructions that you're given. So that's where a lot of people get lost. So I gotta visualize it, I gotta believe it, I gotta have faith, and I gotta do the work. And it seems like it's a lot to do, but actually it goes hand in hand in hand. When you're asking and you're believing, then you're receiving. That is all the components of manifesting and intentionally creating in your life. Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. You have to have faith in your increase, just like you have faith that God's going to heal you, that God is going to bless you with a child after the doctor has said maybe you're not going to have a child, that God is going to do this in your life. You have to have that same faith around your increase in your life. You have to understand that God will do all things. For me, it's God. A lot of people say higher power. A lot of people say the universe. However you identify God, I identify God by God. And you have to believe that God will do exactly what He says He will do for you. People miss that component because nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody really wants to talk about the fact that you have to believe and have faith for it. And whether you are Christian, Buddhist, Jewish, non-religious at all, you still have to believe in something, and you have to believe for something. It's just like you go to apply for a job and you say, I believe I'm going to get it. Same thing applies to attracting increase and money in your life. Money is an energy. It is an energy, it carries a vibration, and you attract it when you need it. But you only attract it if you believe that it is going to show up. There are some principles around increase. For me, one of my principles, one of the things that I know that holds true for me is that I'm a giver. So the more I give, the more I receive. It seems like not only in money, but in everything. For example, I clean my closet out, it seems like once a week. And I don't feel like I go and buy new clothes, but I always have all these clothes. The universe operates on what's called the law of circulation. The law of circulation states that what you send out will come back to you. So if you are hoarding your money, Henry, that's my dad, by the way. Hi, Dad. If you are hoarding your money, then chances are you're going to end up losing your money. Now, I don't want y'all to go and say, Fran said we shouldn't save no money. We should just spend it all, because that's not what Fran said. What Fran says is that you have to give in order to receive. So people will say to me in this class, I don't have any money to give. I don't have any money. Well, if you don't have any money to give, then what are you giving? Are you giving your time? Are you giving your talents? Are you giving your treasures? What are you doing for someone else? What are you giving to show the universe, to show God that you're ready to receive? So for me, I am a big giver. I have a Support Single Moms Foundation. I do a lot of work with underprivileged children. I do a lot of work in the community with people. Plus, I'm a tither. And when you say tithes, people be like, oh, 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 oh. So a lady asked me today, did I believe that if she did not tithe, God was not going to bless her? And my answer to that is absolutely not. I don't believe that. I believe that you should give, and you should give from your heart, and you should give because you want to give. I don't think that you should give because you feel like I'm going to give this so I can get something back, because that doesn't work either. You have to understand how the universe works. Once you understand how the universe works, you will understand that there is more than enough money to go around. There are principles to attracting money. There are mantras for attracting money. There are Bible scriptures that you can read that will help you attract money. There are herbs that you can use that are naturally grown right outside in the ground that can help you attract money. Money carries a vibration. It's an energy. You can call money in. There is a spirit of money. There is an angel of money. There is money all around you. And the only reason that you may not be attracting the type of money that you desire in your life and that you feel you need or want is because your mindset is blocking it. Nobody can block you from what you're supposed to have. Nobody can take from you what you're supposed to have. What is yours is yours. You can create and develop and call in the life that you desire, but you've got to know how to do that. And it's a deep process, but it's a simple process. There's no quick fix to it, but it's very simple. And there are a lot of teachers teaching the basic principles, but they're not teaching the work. They're not teaching you how to do the work. I went from a very, very good job making great money to sitting at home, reading my Bible, sitting on the couch every day, studying, to making zero money, to now traveling around the world, teaching, speaking, empowering people, and helping people learn how to create their lives, which is what I have been taught by Spirit, by my mentors, by the people, the numerous ancestors I've sat in front of, the numerous wise women in my family, just my studies, my angels. I have been taught how to create abundance in my life. And not only abundance in money, but this video is about money. Not only abundance in money, but abundance in love, friendship, travel. I remember the very first time I manifested my very first class ticket. I did not have the money to pay for the ticket. And we were traveling internationally, and I had bought a coach ticket. And I stated my intentions very clearly. And not only did I state my intentions, I saw myself getting in first class, but then I was thankful for it in advance. A lot of people don't teach you about being thankful in advance. right? That's old school teaching. That's old spiritualist teaching. And I was thankful for that seat. And we got to the airport, and I never doubted that I was going to get that seat. And me and my friend were traveling internationally, and they called our names to the thing. And I was like, uh-oh, what's the matter? And they said, you guys have been complimentary upgraded for a first class seat from Coach. We weren't even in Delta Comfort. We were in Coach. And they upgraded us. And she looked at me and she goes, oh my gosh, Rand, you did it. And I have not, thankfully, prayerfully, ridden on an airplane anymore other than when I gave my son my first class seat in first class. So I have manifested first class tickets. You can manifest and create anything that you desire. You can manifest the money to live the life that you desire, but you have to remove the locks off your mindset to do that. And that takes work. It's not easy depending on where you come from, but it can be done. All right, guys, I will do a part 2 and probably a part 3 to this video, but I'm going to wrap it up right now. Make sure that you drop your questions in the comment box, or you can email me at info@angelswithfran.org or fran@angelswithfran.org, and I will answer your questions about this topic. I'm very passionate about this topic, and I'm very passionate about this subject, and I believe that we should all be able to live the lives that we desire, and we should be able to take care of our families and travel and do things that we want to do without having to struggle to do it. All right, I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.